It was raging while you were in the US, but you would have seen it from afar, and it will be continuing in the weeks to come. Housing affordability, the government was really going back and forth in the public. It was quite extraordinary, front benchers and back benchers just offering opinions on whether they thought superannuation should be accessed to be able to buy your first home. Putting aside what your initial philosophical principles might be about compulsory super, we have it. What do you think about the idea of being able to access it to buy a home?
Well, just step back a minute for a moment. Why the hell is this a debate at all concerning the federal government? The main drivers of housing affordability, and we're really only talking about Sydney and Melbourne. No one thinks the price of housing in Townsville or Hobart or even Perth, where they're falling, is an issue. So we're talking Sydney and Melbourne, and for as long as I can remember, certainly back when the days when I bought my first house in Sydney, there were people saying they're way too expensive, the government ought to do something. So nothing really.
It has gotten worse though in terms of percentage of your income. Yes, interest rates are lower, I suppose, but it is slightly worse, you'd concede that.
Yeah, I do, especially in Sydney. But the question is, why is that a federal government problem? Why aren't they saying this is primarily due to state government policies? Why do we have to take it on as an issue at a federal government level? I don't get that. The levers that the federal government has at its disposal really aren't all that useful in terms of housing affordability. At the state level, and it is a supply problem, there's no question. If more houses were being created, built, established units or houses or townhouses, whatever you prefer, if there were more of them coming onto the market, the demand and supply situation would guarantee the prices wouldn't rise at the same rate, at least, that they are rising now. State governments have stamp duty. Huge revenue is generated by stamp duty, in New South Wales particularly, billions and billions. Land tax, and then release of land is controlled by the government. Those are all state government issues. What the Commonwealth has at its disposal is, well, interest rates, I suppose, and then subsidies, handing out other people's money to help somebody, first homeowners perhaps, buy into their first.
So you'd rather just see them stay out of it altogether?
I don't think it's their issue. I don't think it's a